The MSI Claw 8 EX AI Plus promises to be the next-gen handheld gaming console we've been waiting for, but there's one problem: price. Now, this is one of the first handhelds hitting the shelves with Intel's new ROG G3 Extreme processor. I'll get into what that means for performance later in this video, but more importantly, you'll want to stick around to find out whether I think this is worth what MSI is asking, or if you're better off getting something else instead. Let's start with the big redesign here. I think it's safe to say MSI took some cues from the ASUS ROG Ally X and Frankenstein their own take on what a portable Xbox should look like. They've added deeper, more flared grips and wedged a large 8-inch display between it with a bit of an interesting chin at the bottom, which I think gives it a very unique look. While the Ally X feels tighter and more locked in when you're holding it, I like how the Claw's controllers are still deep, but a little bit wider, great for those with larger hands or anyone who prefers a more relaxed grip. The Claw keeps a distinct advantage over the competition though with its screen. You're getting the same 8-inch 1920 by 1200 IPS display that we've seen on the past few Claws. Not only is this display larger than you get on the Ally X, but it also offers extra vertical resolution for games that support it, and I think this is the sweet spot for size and portability, but it does have me wishing for one thing, which I will get into. MSI has also made some major changes with the controls versus the previous gen Claw 8. The D-pad is taller and more concave. The face buttons are also more tactile now. MSI actually added a metal dome plating beneath the casing, eliminating the mushy feel which some users have complained about from before. And then there's something else that you can't see, but I can definitely feel when I'm playing my games. It's the improved haptics. In past models, the rumble was lacking, but on the 8EX, we've got a brand new haptic motor. I'm getting significantly stronger, snappier vibrations, which really adds to the immersion. But guys, I know the real reason that you're even considering the new Claw 8 is because of what's under the hood. The Intel Arc G3 Extreme and that 32 gigabytes of RAM. In most games I've been testing, the Claw 8 EX pulls a massive 20 to 30 plus frames per second advantage over the AMD Z2 Extreme handhelds like the ROG Xbox Ally X or the Legion Go. I'll throw up a few of our benchmark comparisons with the help of our friends from Tom's Hardware on screen, and if you want our deep dive numbers, you can find our full review articles linked down below. But the main takeaway, this thing absolutely cooks. In more demanding games where you'd barely be hitting 30 frames per second on the Ally X, the Claw 8 gets much closer to 50 or even 60 frames per second, and that is especially true when you plug this in and unlock its full performance. Intel's claim of 44% faster frames at 35 watts seems to be very accurate, as well as its ability to get the same performance as the Ryzen Z2 Extreme, but at half the power consumption. And that brings me to another very important upgrade. The Intel Arc G3 Extreme chip is surprisingly efficient, which translates to better real-world battery life. At its max 35 watt TDP, I'm consistently getting around an extra hour or so of battery life with the Claw versus the ROG Xbox Ally X. For more casual games, you can also lower the Claw to just 8 watts and stretch battery life to around 6 to 7 hours, which is great when you can't plug this in. Standby power drain is also significantly improved. Leaving it in its sleep mode overnight resulted in just a 4 to 5% battery loss, which makes this feel much closer to a true handheld console. Now, don't get me wrong, Windows 11 can still be a very buggy mess on these touchscreen devices, but if you've seen any of my other handheld videos before, you'll know that I'm always looking at how well these hold up as legitimate desktop PC replacements, especially now that they're so expensive. Because of everything I've already talked about, the upgraded processor, the 32 gigabytes of RAM, the dual USB-C 4 type ports at the top, you can easily hook this up to an external monitor, connect to your peripherals, and get a pretty speedy mini PC. I realize I'm in the minority here, but this is actually a pretty good device for productivity. I can have my Chrome tabs open, Lightroom running, a game in the background, and it still switches between everything pretty smoothly, which isn't something handhelds have been particularly good at before. That said, when it comes to using this on the go, here's what could be better. I know a few of us were hoping for a display upgrade this year. As good as this one is, we've been seeing the same exact IPS panel for the past couple of Claws, And I really would have loved an OLED option like we're seeing on newer handhelds, including the ROG Xbox Ally X 20. It's a missing luxury for an ultra premium device. Then of course there's the aesthetic and physical footprint of this thing. I know I just praised the ergonomic overhaul, but I've already heard a lot of you complaining about the color and size. MSI went with a very distinct void purple colorway with a somewhat sparkly finish. Fun for some, polarizing for others. I can say the same thing about size. Compared to the ROG Xbox Ally X, which at first I thought was massive when it came out, this absolutely trumps it. Yeah, just switching back and forth between these two, you definitely notice how much lighter the ROG Xbox Ally is. One of the main reasons people buy these is to play them on the go, but this might be pushing what portable really means. While the grips distribute the weight well, I definitely noticed the fatigue after an extended gaming session, finding myself needing to rest my elbows sooner than I would with the Ally X. These compromises are not ones I'm thrilled with in context of the Claw 8 EX's $1799 price tag. It was barely a year ago when I said $1,000 was pushing it for the ROG Xbox Ally X, and now look where we are. Obviously, component shortages play a big role here, and MSI isn't the only one feeling the pinch. I mean, even the aging Steam Deck OLED got hit by a $300 price increase, and yes, even the less powerful Legion Go S is almost as expensive as this. But that doesn't mean I'm comfortable spending almost $2,000 on a gaming handheld. I think picking up the ROG Xbox Ally X or even last year's MSI Claw 8 AI Plus for around $1,100 and pairing it with a really nice external monitor, a few new games, and still having some money left over is probably the way to go for most people until component shortages are smoothed out. Let's recap. The MSI Claw 8 EX AI Plus. Yes, it delivers the gaming performance upgrade we've been looking for. It improves power efficiency and combines it with a great balance of screen size and ergonomics. As someone who has held onto their original ROG Ally from 2023, this is the spec jump I have been waiting for. However, unlike my original Ally, this falls a little short on portability and a lot short on affordability. There is something special about getting this kind of performance on the go. I just wish hardware prices weren't so crazy right now. But I'll throw it back to you guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget, we've got lots of gaming handheld content on the channel, and I'm constantly pitting these devices head to head. So make sure you stay subscribed to see when our latest videos drop, and follow me to see what other cool tech I'm reviewing. Until the next one, I'll catch you later.